Hi, how are you today, folks? Welcome back to another episode of Baking Geek. Today we're making lemon curd. This is a beautiful recipe I discovered many years ago, and you can do this with limes, you can do it with lemons, you can do it with orange, you can do it with passion fruit. Believe it or not, it makes an awesome passion fruit curd. Seeds in or out, whichever way you want it. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to do it on a bain-marie so that we don't burn it, okay? We're going to cook it out slowly. We're going to make sure we cook out the starches properly. And okay, let's get started. So this is a two-part recipe. For the first part, we're going to use the lemon juice, obviously. I'm going to flash the recipe up on the screen. I like to get all that really nice pulp sort of thing as well. I find it really adds to the flavour of it. So you've got your lemon juice, you've got your sugar and your butter. That goes into your bowl for your bain-marie. That will be the first part. Okay. So we'll get that on and we'll get that heated up. Now you don't want your bain-marie to be too silly. You don't want it to be boiling too hot. Even though you can, it won't make a big difference because you're not going to burn it, but it's just better to do it slowly. Okay. Now the second part of this is, so you've got your lemon juice, your sugar and your butter in your first stage. Second stage is going to be your eggs. And we've got some corn flour we've mixed with some more sugar. The sugar helps break down the lumps of the corn flour, so when you weigh up the two together, make sure you give it a good stir, and that way there won't be any lumps when you go to chuck it in your eggs. Okay. And just like any sort of custard recipe, a little bit of water goes a long way. It actually gives it a shine, believe it or not. So that's why we're adding a little bit of water to that mix, and we're just going to mix that up. Break those eggs up. There we go. So what's going to happen is we're going to give it a bit of a vigorous beating. You don't want any corn flour lumps in there. Hopefully you don't have any. And you end up with a really nice yellowish sort of mixture like this. Now, we're not going to boil this mix or anything. What we're looking at doing is just melting the butter, and then we're going to add this and then just fold it through slowly till it's fully cooked. Okay, so I'll be back when it's time to put this stuff in. Alright, back in a minute. Okay, so we're back, folks. So now the butter's finally melted into the lemon juice and the sugar. We're going to add the eggs, the corn flour, and a little bit more sugar and the water. And what we're going to do is we're just going to fold it through slowly, just waiting for all the eggs and the corn flour to cook out nicely. So you can just add that on the whisk as you go, like that. One lumpy bits, see on the bottom there, get them in. Alright, that's all in. Like I said, we're just going to cook out the eggs and everything else that's in this mix, and when it's done, you will know it'll thicken up quite a bit. It'll be gorgeous. Okay, I'll be back in a minute and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, folks, so it's been on the bain-marie for probably less than 5 minutes now, so it's starting to thicken up considerably, and you will notice that when you use the whisk, it'll leave a ribboning behind. Okay, that's what we call ribboning. You'll see where the whisk has been, basically. And once it's reached that, you can just turn it off. Now this is one of my favourite recipes of all time. This is a gorgeous recipe if you're making a lemon meringue pie or just some lemon tartlets, or I'm going to be using this on top of a cheesecake. Many different applications. Use it how you will. Leave a comment in the comment section if you've found a new way to use it. Oh, you can even put this in with some fresh cream, whip it up, and you've got beautiful lemon cream. Anyway, there's many different applications. Like I said, this is a real good starting point. Okay, see you next time, guys.